Good afternoon. This is Lunchtime News. Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. My name is Jackie Wambiru. Our sign language interpreter is Lucy Mwaura. And this afternoon we have a comprehensive bulletin lined up. And to kick us off, we shall be crossing over to Othaya constituency, where President William Ruto is on a 5-day development tour of Mount Kenya that kicked off Saturday. And this afternoon in Othaya constituency, he is commissioning the Othaya water project. Let's listen in where Kiharu Member of Parliament Ndende Nyoro is currently speaking.
Niĩ kone nĩ ndĩrorio ngoro-inĩ yakwa ona mĩario ĩyo tũtigane nayo. Munataka tuzungumuze hata tuachane nayo? Mazungumuzo ama tuachane nayo? Mazungumuzo ama barabara? Rais wetu tunasema sisi kama Mount Kenya, hata hiyo mazungumuzo inatupotezea wakati. Tuachane nayo, tujenge barabara, turinde kahawa, turinde majani na ile maneno ingine yote. Hao wote waongee na waongee wakitaka. Asanteni na Ngai amurathime.
Asante sana. Wacha nimuite mbunge wetu wa hapa Mount Kenya Wainaina awasalimie.
Hello. Adolaya. Nenywe. Ni mwagenia andũ aitũ mũtinajonora nĩ mwanjĩka wega mũno na nĩtikamotiganĩria nĩ mwanjĩka wega mũno ũrĩa twarĩkanĩire mumĩre na mwendekera kumĩra. Your Excellency, tumeshukuru sana wewe kuja hapa kwetu Othaya, na niliambia hawa watu wakuje hapa ndio wakuje tangu tufanye uchaguzi kuja huku, na umekuja hapa kucelebrate mwaka moja hapa kwetu Othaya. Tumeshukuru sana Your Excellency. Your Excellency, hapa Othaya sisi hawa watu wanakupenda. Nilitumana na usiku nikawaambia tukutane hapa. Wametoka huko juu kwa mlima, wamekuja hapa sababu yako. Niliwaambia ukija hapa utawaambia ukweli wa mabarabara zetu, na mumeambiwa mambo ya mabarabara. Si mumeambiwa? Barabara zetu zote ile ilikuwa imebaki, president ametuambia itaanza baada ya miezi 3. Si ndio hivyo? Your Excellency, hapa kwetu Othaya tuko na tabu mbili kidogo. Your Excellency, tuko na hospitali ile kubwa sana katika Mount Kenya region. Inaitwa Mwai Kibaki Hospital level 6. Ile iko na cancer ward, iko na maternity, iko na ICU. Watu wa kutoka Isiolo wanakuja hapa. Watu wa kutoka Kenyatta ICU Referral Hospital wanakuja hapa. Watu wa kutoka Nakuru wanakuja hapa. Your Excellency, hiyo hospitali haina ambulance, iko na ambulance moja. Hiyo hospitali haina MRI. Hiyo hospitali haina CT scan. Hiyo hospitali watu wanabebwa na nini kupandishwa juu, hakuna lift. Level 6 ile hospitali kubwa hapa katika Mlima Kenya. Your Excellency, tunaomba tuangalie hii hospitali. Your Excellency, Your Excellency, tuko na KMTC pale, iko na darasa 4, na unajua Referral Hospital iko na KMTC. Hawa wanafunzi wanaenda kuangalia kusaidia huko kwa level 6. Tunaomba Your Excellency, tuliongea na mwalimu akaniambia tukiongezwa darasa ingine 8 itakuja na watu watu wa lab, watu wa clinical, watu wa nursing, na wataikia huko. Your Excellency, hiyo KMTC yetu tuko karibu kufungua, lakini Your Excellency haitatoshea na haitasaidia ile hospitali yetu sana. Your Excellency, Othaya, mimi Your Excellency tulikuwa na Mwai Kibaki, nilikuwa mtu yake ya mkono, na mtu wa mwisho kabla hajakuwa president, ule mtu alikaa na chini hapa Mount Kenya region ni mimi. Kabla hajana, wakati alipeleka document makatazi yake hapa, tulikaa chini na yeye akuwe president. Aliniambia Udhaya itakuwa mzuri tukipata maji ya kulima. Your Excellency, tunakuomba kitu moja tu. Hawa watu wakipata maji ya kulima, Your Excellency, hawa watu wanajua kufanya kazi. Na utatengeneza uchumi ya Kenya ya Udhaya mara 3. Tunakuahidi hiyo. Tulienda huko Your Excellency, tukaenda kwa NRA, National Irrigation Board, tukakuja na maengineer huko. Tukaenda hapa Abadea. Tukaangalia pale tunaweza kupata dam. Hiyo dam inasemekana wale watu wa NRA maengineer waitwambia itapatia Mukurweini maji, ipatie Teto na ipatie Udhaya. Tukipata hiyo maji, Your Excellency, hapa kahawa itakuwa mara 3, majani iwe mara 3, maziwa iwe mara 3, na hawa wanaishi hawa wanajua kufanya kazi. Your Excellency, masishi ya former president rafiki yetu, wanajeshi walikuja hapa wakaweka mchanga pale wategeza ikiwaja atabu ya Mwai Kibaki, wakamwaga mchanga hapo. Tangu wa leo, Your Excellency, hiyo kiwaja hata watu wa Chelsea imesimama miaka hiyo yote. Tunaomba Your Excellency, sababu walikuwa wanataka kutegeza hiyo kiwanja, hii stadium, tutegezwe hiyo stadium, ilikuwa itengenezwa sababu ya Mwai Kibaki, na tangu siku hiyo ilisimama. Your Excellency, tunajua tuko na mengi, tunakuomba na hiyo ingine utakuja kwa ofisi. Asanteni sana watu wa Udhaya.
Asante sana mheshimiwa. Mimi naona mko na effective member of parliament. Huyu jamaa amejipanga na ajira na kazi yenu, si ndio? So maneno ya stadium, bwana mheshimiwa, nipatie mwezi moja, nitaleta watu wa kuendelesha hiyo stadium. Maneno ya KMTC, nitakusaidia na milioni 50 ya hiyo KMTC. Ndio hiyo ipatikane, wauguzi wa hapa, tupanue hiyo KMTC, vijana wa Udhaya, Nyeri na Kenya wapate nafasi ya kusoma. Na tayari nilishatuma waziri pale kwa Mwai Kibaki hospitali. Tunafanya hesabu ya lift na zile vitu zingine zote ambazo zinahitajika, na nitatumana hiyo equipment. Ndani ya miezi 2-3 hiyo equipment yote itakuwa pale Mwai Kibaki kwa hospitali. Ndio. Na maneno ya maji vile umesema kutoka kule Abadea na kutoka kule Mount Kenya, Alice Wahome waziri wetu wa maji yuko area, yuko hapa Udhaya, ako hapa chini. Hiyo maneno nitampangia, alafu ndio mpate maji, kwa sababu kwa kweli watu wa Udhaya ni watu wa bidii na mimi nakubali. So asanteni sana. Hapa tuko na gavana wetu jameni, Kahiga Mutai, mpigeni makofi.
Andu Udhaya, joera igwoko, ne mwakena ne kuona muthamaki, ne araruta wira, ne mumwendete, ne murenda athie na mbere kugio, ndakagio.
Well, those live pictures are from Udhaya constituency, where President William Ruto is on a 5-day development tour of Mount Kenya region, and where he is commissioning the Udhaya water project in Udhaya constituency. And we shall be keeping you updated as we continue. For now, we move on to other stories where leaders from both the Kenya Kwanza Alliance and Azimio la Umoja One Kenya Coalition are being urged to prioritize the interest of all Kenyans as they engage in the bipartisan talks that are expected to start this week. These as both camps accuse each other of frustrating dialogue efforts.
Ahead of the much anticipated talks between the government and the opposition, Kakamega Governor Fernandez Baraza has urged the political leaders sitting at the negotiation table to prioritize issues affecting Kenyans.
Lakini jambo ambalo tunawasihi viongozi wote ambao wako ile committee ya kuongea, please agree on the agenda of the discussion. Let us stop being headliners.
Speaking in Malava constituency, Baraza underscored the importance of transparency during the discussions, urging leaders to set aside political differences.
Wacha kuwa na zile cards umeweka chini. Put everything on the table ili mkuwe na kuongea ya kuleta amani nchini Kenya, and that is how we are going to achieve ile mambo ambayo mnaita bottom up economic transformation agenda.
These as a section of Coast MPs allied to the Azimio la Umoja One Kenya coalition accused their Kenya Kwanza counterparts of being insincere.
Na tushasema sisi hatuna haja ya nusu mkate. Tuna haja ya kuzungumza vipi nchi yetu itaserve watu wetu wote waone wao ni Wakenya halisi.
They spoke at the Bomu Stadium in Mombasa County during the launch of the issues of National Government Affirmative Action Fund checks worth 16 million shillings to women groups in Mombasa County.
Lazima tuzungumze kwa sababu Mkenya ameenda barabarani, ameenda maandamano kwa sababu ya hali ya maisha imekuwa ngumu. Our agenda is the agenda for the interest of the Kenyan people.
In the anticipated talks, Azimio's delegation will be led by Wiper Democratic Movement leader Kalonzo Musyoka, National Assembly Minority Leader Opiyo Wandayi, former Defense Cabinet Secretary Eugene Wamalwa, Nyamira County Senator Okongo Omogeni, and Malindi MP Amina Mnyazi. Kenya Kwanza members are National Assembly Majority Leader Kimani Ichung'wah, Aaron Cheruiyot, the Senate Majority Leader, Embu County Governor Cecily Mbarire, Yala MP Hassan Omar, and Bungoma County Women Representative Catherine Obilyanga. Give us Maina for Lunchtime News.
And now in the political arena, a section of Jubilee party members from Embu County is calling on former President Uhuru Kenyatta to consider handing over the party to new officials led by former Kirimari Ward Member of County Assembly Collins Nyaga. The members also denounced calls for protest, saying they are ready to work with the government of the day for the benefit of the electorate in Embu County.
Mimi ningetaka kuambia Rais mstaafu Uhuru Kenyatta, hii chama ya Jubilee ilikupatia presidency mara 2 na ukaturudisha tena kwa kura kwa sababu koti ilikataa. Kwa hivyo tulikupatia kura mara 3. Ningetaka kuambia kwa roho safi, kuna yule rais ambaye amechaguliwa ambaye alikuwa ni deputy wako. Leo yeye sio deputy, leo ni rais wa Kenya. Mimi ningekuomba kwa heshima ustaafu kwa heshima ili uweze pia kurespektiwa na wale ambao wanatuangalia kama viongozi.
And now we cross over to the corridors of justice, where the 3-judge bench kicked off the hearing of the petition challenging the implementation of the Finance Act 2023. And this comes as lobby groups want the court to stop the government from backdating the new tax measures to July 1st. Now our reporter Ruth Wamboy has more details. Ruth, kindly bring us up to date.
Thank you so much, Jacqueline Wambiru. We are coming to you live from Milimani in the High Court of Kenya, whereby the 3-judge bench led by Justice David Majanja, Christine Meoli and Rolex Mugambi have begun listening to the Finance Act 2023 that have been a bone of contention between the petitioners, citing that the ascension of the Finance Bill 2023 have affected most Kenyans who are struggling economically to make ends meet. And today, during the beginning of the mentioning of the Finance Act, there has come out one thing from the 3-judge bench that the matter will begin to be heard from the 13th of September and 14th of September. And today was just the consolidation of all the petitions so that they can all be heard at once when the cases will start to be heard on 13th and 14th of September. So today it was just the consolidation of all the petitions that had been filed by all the petitioners from across the country. So when the 3-judge bench starts listening to the case, all the petitioners will be given equal time to submit their applications when the case will begin to be heard on September 13th. The judges have said that also they have not been persuaded by the petitioners who wanted the three-judge bench to squash the Court of Appeal lifting of the suspension of the Finance Act 2023. The three-judge bench have said that they have not been persuaded fully to have a reason to suspend the implementation of the Finance Act 2023. So as we speak, Kenyans have to brace themselves to be beginning, as the court said, the 1.5 housing levy from all the employees and 1.5 from the employees will start to be deducted, because the bench have said that it will not suspend the Court of Appeal's decision that lifted the suspension. And also one thing also that came out clear from the bench is that we know the serial petitioner Okiya Omtata wanted to have to cross-examine the Speaker of the National Assembly and the Speaker of the Senate, but that also have been declined by the three-judge bench, and the bench have said that it will not, Okiya Omtata will not be able to cross-examine the Speakers of the National Assembly and the Senate when the case will start to be heard. So those are some of the issues that have come out from this High Court during the mentioning of this petition today. So we'll keep tabs with what might come out from this court as the day goes, and file a detailed bulletin in our subsequent bulletin. Back to you, studio.
Well, thank you so much, Ruth Omboy, there with details of the consolidations of all the petitions which kicked off regarding the petition challenging the Finance Act 2023. We shall be keeping you updated. For now, we cross over to Parliament buildings, where Bungoma Governor Ken Lusaka is appearing before the County Public Accounts Committee. Let's listen in.
Certified Public Accountant of Kenya and also Certified Secretary. Chair, on the issue of receipt of revenue, if allowed, I can provide the appointments letters. Then on the other matter you have confirmed, I can quickly confirm, because I have the information I can get and then share with the committee.
Through you, Chair, what about technology? Is there a company that is collecting revenue on behalf, or you use manual receipts?
Yeah, we have an automated system. We have an automated system which collects revenue, so we get the information on local revenue real time. What we are in terms of the doing the real time system.
So the system, through you, Chair, is it owned by Bungoma County Government, or is somebody else, is under domain of somebody else who does, and then you pay the agency fees?
Chair, we own the system and it's in use.
So all revenue streams in Bungoma are done through automated system, including parking?
Yeah, all the local revenue system, that's what I was saying, except the health facility, which is an NA. Which
the governor, I have had this issue, and I think it was also your county.
Well, we do apologize for the signals that we're getting from Parliament buildings, where Bungoma Governor Ken Lusaka is appearing before the County Public Accounts Committee. We shall be keeping you updated in our subsequent bulletins. For now, we move on. A section of Maasai women in Kajiado County is campaigning for a change in cultural beliefs to give them a chance in leadership during a women's leadership meeting held at Kisamistown. Kajiado West Sub-County cited the Maa culture as one of the barriers to women leadership. Now, the women noted that over the years, they have been denied leadership by their male counterparts who perceive them as a lesser gender in leadership. A section of men who attended the conference showed their willingness to support women in leadership, emphasizing the importance of a girl-child empowerment.
Ni changamoto kubwa sana kwa sababu jamii ya mwanamke imebaki kugandamizwa kwamba hawezi ongoza, kwa sababu pia wengi wetu hawajaelimika kwa sababu ya kunyimwa ile nafasi ya masomo. Kwa sababu hajasoma pia, ama mambo na clanism, bado hizo nyumba zinatuzuia sana.
Jambo ambalo inatakiwa tufanye kama kina mama ni kujua kwamba nafasi yetu katika jamii ni zaidi ya kukua tu katika jikoni, na kwamba tuna uwezo wa kuweza kukua viongozi, tuna uwezo wa kuweza kuongoza watu, tumeweza kufundishwa mambo ya vile ambavyo tunaweza approach leadership even in a modern way.
Tunafanya juu chini kujaribu kuchangia katika kuleta usawa baina ya wanawake na wanaume katika uongozi wa kisiasa haswa hapa nchini.
That report brings us to our first break here on Lunchtime News. Don't go too far, we still have more news coming up. Let's take the break.
Coming soon on KBC. What's in Your Kitchen? A show that celebrates Kenyan and African dishes.
Rusha. Wait. Be careful. Yes, because I've seen some fire jump there. That is called flambéing. Flambéing. So tukiona moto tujue ni flambéing. Crushed methi seeds. Kila siku soma kitu mpya. Mchele yetu iko sawa. Hii iko sawa. Tumalize. Sasa ni kwenda tukule. Hii ni chakula mzuri sana. Nzito kabisa.
Salivate this delicious meal on your screen while taking notes for the recipe. Don't miss What's in Your Kitchen, coming soon on KBC.
This is the show that keeps you updated on everything you need to know about technology.
Digital resilience is about organizations being able to continue to operate despite negative impacts that they've experienced.
The subject digital transformation, we keep talking about it, but very many people fail to understand that.
Twitter's removal of blue text is forcing accounts to find new ways to prove authenticity as concerns over copycats mount. At the same time, Elon Musk has given blue text to a few celebrities who didn't ask for one, such as writer Stephen King and Larry Madowo, for free.
Take on Tech every Monday at 10:30 p.m. on KBC Channel 1. Stay tuned.
Welcome back. This is Lunchtime News. Now, the government has been urged to increase the number of national police reservists in Turkana East to beef up surveillance in the area. Area leaders say the ongoing security operation in the region is yet to achieve desired results. Learning has been affected while cases of cattle theft continue along the border between Turkana East and Baringo County.
As we are talking here, the kids from these constituencies in some areas, they don't go to school. Since the beginning of this year, the kids have not gone to school. Talk of Napeitom, talk of Nadome, talk of Kamuge, talk of Ngilukia, all those areas. Children, they have not gone to school at the beginning of this year. And we are saying at the end of this year, these kids, they are going to sit for exam.
Na imekuwa ni shida kwa maisha ya wafugaji. Kwa vile kila siku wanashambuliwa na majirani. Kila mara wanaposhambuliwa, wanyama wanaenda, maafa yanatokea, na inapatikana kwamba maisha ya watu imeathirika na hakuna vile watarekebika.
In other news, Kerio Valley Development Authority has initiated a 1 million tree planting exercise in Parua area of Pokot South, West Pokot County. The region was affected by a deadly landslide in 2019 that claimed the lives of at least 52 people. Speaking during the launch of the exercise, Managing Director of KVDA, Sami Inaporo, said they are targeting more than 50 schools in the region. The initiative aims to increase tree cover in the county in line with the presidential directive, in addition to enhancing food security in the county.
Get about 50 schools to distribute 260 seedlings and also support our farmers with the fruit seedlings, because that's one area that the regional development authorities is currently focusing on. We were in Elgeyo Marakwet. Next week we'll be doing the same exercise, distributing over 200,000 seedlings in schools in area around Uasin Gishu County and Nandi.
Tunataka pia kulete the capacity building ili watu ya sehemu hii wawe pia wanauza mambo ya the nurseries, wana generate wenyewe ili kazi ya mazingira iwe ni a daily habit in their operations.
And now we cross over to the University of Nairobi, where the National Youth Week is currently underway, focusing on a bottom-up economic transformative agenda and the sustainable development goals, with discussions revolving around how youth can become agents of a change in these areas through policies, laws and legislation. Our reporter Yusuf Farah will bring us up to speed on developments as well as a detailed report. Farah?
Well, indeed, a very good afternoon to you, Jackie Wambiru. As you rightly said, we're coming to you live from the University of Nairobi, where the celebrations of the National Youth Week have kicked off today. And the celebrations of this will be basically to look into the matters affecting youth. It is a week-long event that is kicking off today, and it will be going on all the way until Saturday, where the celebrations will be graced by the President of Kenya, President William Ruto. Today, the Cabinet Secretary of Youth Affairs and Sports, Ababu Namwamba, joined us to officially launch the celebrations, and is joining me right now to basically paint the picture of what the government has in store for the youth as we celebrate this week. Waziri, thank you very much for speaking to us. We are live on KBC Channel 1. Perhaps as we speak about these celebrations, what are the plans that the government has for the Kenyan youth?
First of all, I want to tell all the Kenyan youth, happy National Youth Week. This is a journey we are traveling starting today, Monday, all the way to Saturday, when we celebrate the International Youth Day, which is a global occasion to focus attention on the youth. We have a whole menu of activities that have been lined up. Today we are kicking off day one. Well, right now, you've just plucked me out of a very interesting conversation. We are having an open dialogue with young people. We brought together 500 youth from across the country, from Nairobi, Kajiado, Busia, Kwale, Wajir, all over the place. We're just having a conversation. What are young people doing? How can government be more supportive to young people? And in response, we are also explaining what government is doing. Among the things that we have done this year, which is very unique and has never been done before, is what is right behind us, the Hustler Bazaar. And the Hustler Bazaar is something we've been running now, we've been showcasing for the last 8 months now. If you've been coming to all our events, you'll find this Hustler Bazaar. The last one was at the World Under-20 Rugby Trophy at Nyayo Stadium. And it is a space where we give an opportunity for ordinary people to come and do business. And from this bazaar, you can see young people who are in art. So you have amazing painting. We have bought a lot of paintings today to decorate our offices. There are young people who are in tech. We have met a young man here called Zacchaeus. Zacchaeus has been able to invent a substitution board, an electronic substitution board, so that instead of what you see during Kenyan Premier League games, where you write names in placards and it's just embarrassing, now we'll have an electronic board, courtesy of the invention of Zacchaeus. So the Hustler Bazaar is also a space for innovation, where young people can come to exhibit their innovation. It's also a space for entertainment. Young people can come and exhibit their creations in music, in theater, and all that kind of stuff. And so this week will be a space where young people can tell us what they think the path of development should be for them. We are talking about big issues like credit access. How can young people access credit more easily? Government, we are telling them we are working around this whole startup agenda so that young people who are entrepreneurial in their thinking can have a starting point without the normal restrictions. Oh, you go to the bank, they want collateral. They want your logbook. You go to an employer, or they want experience. We are telling young people through the startup process, government is providing an affirmative framework that can support you to start from square Z with full support. And we are also discussing the whole Talanta Hela initiative, how we can monetize the creativity of young people, whether it is in sports, it's in the arts, it's in innovation, in a manner that really puts money in the pockets of young people. So this is an empowerment week.
Okay. Perhaps, Waziri, one last question as we wrap up. The greening agenda is something that has been widely talking about. So what is the place of the Kenyan youth in the greening agenda and tackling climate crisis in our country?
You know, there's no greater existential threat to humanity today than climate change. Climate change has brought things we've never seen before. The rainfall patterns have changed. Okay, August would ordinarily be a very wet month, not anymore. Even in Europe, you are having serious heat waves, extremities, either extreme cold or extreme heat. In this country, of course, all those things are affecting food production, and that is why government has launched this 15 billion tree program to plant 15 billion trees in 1 year. And also return the program of schools being involved in matters of climate action. So I'm very happy that for the National Youth Week, we have picked the green agenda to be the signature for the week. And so this green agenda has a host of stuff. We are talking about how can we be part of this 15 billion tree program. How can we be part of better waste management? Among the things that young people have exhibited here, we have a group from Kibra here that collect plastic waste, and they're able to recycle that waste in a manner that saves the environment. So we are telling young people, 70% of our population must be the key driver of climate action. So whether it's planting trees, whether it's better waste management, it is the young people who must drive this agenda. And this week, we are placing young people right at the heart of the climate action agenda.
Thank you very much, Waziri. Looking forward to more engagements from today all the way until Saturday. Thank you very much for speaking to us. Well, there you have it, Jackie Wambiru from the CS himself. The youth should be in the epicenter of the climate and greening agenda. So, of course, we'll be here until the day ends, and we'll have a full story in our comprehensive bulletins. But for now, back to you in studio.
Well, thank you so much, Yusuf Farah from the University of Nairobi, where the National Youth Week celebrations are currently underway, with the Youth Affairs Cabinet Secretary Ababu Namwamba pointing out that the government is committed to providing an affirmative framework to support the youth as well as empower them. Now, we move on to other news, where rural communities have been urged to protect their environment by planting more trees as a way of safeguarding against negative effects of climate change. First Lady Rachel Ruto, speaking at an environment cleanup and tree planting exercise in Narok County, said the government is ready to work hand in hand with local communities that promote environmental rejuvenation.
Hapa leo kupanda miti. Ningependa tu kusema kwamba hii miti ambayo tunapanda siku ya leo, tunapanda kwa ajili yenu na kwa ajili ya watoto wenu.
Unajua kwamba rais wetu amezindua mradi, amesema kwamba kufikia miaka 10 ambayo inakuja tutakuwa tumepanda miti bilioni 15. Nafikiri mnajua kwamba tuko na shida hapa Narok Town. Wakati inanyesha maji inatoka huko juu na kuweza kubeba miti mingi, si kweli? Lakini tukipanda miti, hiyo tatizo itakuwa tena.
Tufanye vile rais wetu anatuambia. Tupande miti kwa kila shule. Na pia tusaidia wazazi wetu kupanda miti.
A section of Embakasi Ranching Company shareholders drawn from Kiambu and Murang'a counties crying foul and seeking the intervention of President William Ruto to resolve a dispute on issuance of title deeds. Speaking to journalists in Kiambu town, they say they have been waiting for land ownership documents for over 25 years. They allege directors running the company are in office illegally, a situation they say further complicates the matter.
Serikali iliyokuwako ilikuwa ikipeana title, wakati huo ndio nilinyang'anywa original share certificate yangu. Sasa niko na photocopy na karatasi nyingine ya PINIC.
The president is to declare those title deeds null and void because they are not genuine ones. These people here, these are the bona fide shareholders.
Now let's talk business. The government has delivered 17 tons of BT cottonseed to Busia farmers in efforts to boost production and revive the textile sector. President William Ruto says efforts are underway to see the county plant a total of 11,253 acres in the first phase, with the ultimate objective being to put 42,000 acres under cotton production in the county.
Sehemu hii yote mpaka Wazingishu, sehemu zingine kule Western Kenya, sehemu zingine Nyanza, Eastern Province, tumesema ya kwamba tukienda mbele tunataka kuweka mazao la pamba nguvu mpya, tuwe na mbegu mpya ambayo inaitwa BT cotton.
Tumekuwa tukipanda zile za kuchota na kuweka, kuchota na kuweka zile fuzzy seed. Ilikuwa ina hasara kwa sababu inataka pruning. Lakini hii tunaambiwa tukipanda mbili itafanya vizuri na tumewahi jaribu.
Hii mbegu ilikuwa na bei ghali sana na hata mkulima wa kawaida hangeweza kupata ama hata kuinunua. Lakini tunataka sana kushukuru serikali kuu pamoja na serikali ya ugatuzi kwa kutuletea hii mbegu sasa free.
Tutawasaidia na pembejeo, mbegu, tutawapatia mbolea.
Hiyo kwanza jambo la si la kawaida. Mimi kama mkulima wa pamba, kwanza kupanda pamba na mbolea sijawahi jaribu, lakini this time round nataka nijaribu kabisa na nipande hizo mbegu pamoja na mbolea.
awali wakati bei ya mbolea ilikuwa 7,000, singeweza hata kununua mfuko moja na shilingi 5,000. Na leo naweza kununua mifuko 2 na shilingi 5,000.
Serikali imetukumbuka kupunguza bei ya mbolea na sasa kilimo ya pamba itaendelea.
Cooperative itarahisisha kujua kwamba mkulima ni nani. Na kutokea hapo pia tutaweza kujua kwamba mavuno yametoka kwa kiwango gani.
Nimesaidika kwa sababu singaliweza kupata mbegu hizi za bei ghali nikiwa peke yangu. Naambiwa kilo moja ni shilingi 3,000. Na sasa vile tulikuja kwa cooperative iliweza kutusaidia.
Mbali na kufaidi wakulima, tunataka pia hiyo cotton value chain ifaidi wananchi na vijana waweze kupata ajira ili tuweze kupeleka taifa letu mbele.
Niko among the 10 extension officers nitakuwa natembea kwa farmers. Sasa tutakuwa na coordinate farmers na cooperatives. Farmers wajue wapata mbegu, mbolea nini. Itakuwa sasa through sisi na cooperatives itakuwa kama link yao.
Pamba ambayo wana Kenya, wakulima wa Kenya wanapanda, sisi kama kampuni ya Rivertex tunapatia ile tunaita guaranteed market, sababu uwezo wetu kununua pamba ni kubwa sana. Kwa sasa yale mazao ambayo yanatolewa Kenya mzima hawezi kutosheleza mahitaji ya kampuni yetu, na kuna pia kampuni zingine ambazo ziko Kenya, so ni vizuri wakulima wetu waweze kupanda pamba ambayo inatosha.
The Ginary had been revived at a cost of 100 million by the national government. So cotton is one of our flagship projects. And we are being supported by the national government, including even World Bank. The targets we have set are clear. We have 35 wards. And we are saying each ward sets aside 1,200 acres. 35 times 12, that translates 42,000 acres.
Now, Geothermal Development Company has struck a geothermal well at Parker Hills, Baringo County, with a capacity of generating 22 megawatts. The well and other 13 wells within the Parker Hills field brings GDC's geothermal production capacity in the area to 70 megawatts. Energy Cabinet Secretary Davis Churchill says Kenya Electricity Transmission Company will soon start putting up high voltage electricity infrastructure to evacuate the electricity.
On average, geothermal wells in Kenya have a capacity to generate 7 megawatts. However, in the year 2014, KenGen announced that it had drilled a geothermal well with a potential power generation capacity of 30 megawatts, the largest geothermal well in Africa. And now, the Geothermal Development Company says it has struck another gold mine, a geothermal well with a capacity to generate 22 megawatts in Parker Hills, Baringo County.
Ketraco plans to do a 197-kilometer line from a point called Losuk, just off Barrel. It'll actually pass very close to this place, go all the way to Lesos. This will allow power that is generated from Parker and the other sites around this place to be evacuated either towards the western part of the country, towards the Lesos, and also to be evacuated back to Lesuk and go down to Suswa.
Even though it is not as big as the one drilled by KenGen 9 years ago, it is huge.
our first phase, because we are going to develop this project in phases. So the first phase of 100 megawatts, essentially we should be able to, we have already done the steam. What is next is power plant construction, and we are currently doing a feasibility study, and once that is confirmed, which should be able to be confirmed by early next year, that we are ready to start seeking investors.
So far, Geothermal Development Company has successfully drilled 14 wells in the Parker Hills area with commercial electricity generation value. Having drilled geothermal wells with a capacity of 70 megawatts, the Geothermal Development Company is in process of inviting bids for investors to put up power plants in Baringo to generate electricity from the geothermal resource.
And so we need to expand the capacity of that line so that we can continue generating hydro, which comes to the grid at 4 cents. So if we start talking 4 cents, 6 cents, 5 cents, you can see the cost of power coming down. Some of the transmission links will remove, when we remove the constraint, we reduce the power losses, which currently stands at about 22%. We did a midterm action plans for Kenya Power to work on the cost of power, the losses from 22% to about 14%.
Chirchir says the Kenya Electricity Transmission Company KETRACO will soon start linking Parker Hills to the national grid with a high voltage power line.
If we develop power at 6 cents, that is really like 300% below, or you can really, that's a third the cost of what we sell power to the market. And therefore, as we develop more of this kind of power, the average cost of power in Kenya is coming down, and it will come down significantly.
The Geothermal Development Company projects that Kenya will generate 100 megawatts from the Parker Hills geothermal field by year 2030. Frederick Moki for Lunchtime News.
And now in the sports arena, Madeira girls, popularly known as Soccer Assassins, were crowned FKF Women's Division 1 champions after a convincing 4-1 victory over Kibera Soccer Ladies at Rift Valley Institute of Science and Technology grounds in Nakuru County. Meanwhile, Bungoma Queens bagged the last promotion spot.
As the Azam Complex, Tanzania.
Kibera Ladies opened the scoring through Maximila Ruby in the 18th minute.
Anafunga goli la kimiujiza hapa. Fataki kubwa yake M16.
Charity Midema equalized for Soka Assassins in the 24th minute.
Goli tamu sana la tatu hapa.
Valerie Nekesa scored the second goal for Soka Assassins in the 31st minute before getting her brace in the 82nd minute. Faith Atieno scored the fourth goal for Assassins.
Na furaha sana, ingawaje kulingana na namna tulikuwa tunafanyia tulikuwa tunatarajia. Kwa hivyo na furaha, matarajio yetu yametimia.
Madeira Girls make history as the first high school team to play in the FKF Women's Premier League. The two finalists walked away with a cash prize of $500,000 shillings.
Ya kina dada kwa mara ya kwanza katika historia yao amefurahi sana.
Julius Karenga emerged as the overall winner of the Betika Golf Tournament that was played at Dumberi Golf Club, Kiambu County. Karenga garnered 38 points to bag the title, while George Maura finished runner-up with 35 points. Wamaitha Chege was the lady winner with 42 points. Dumberi Golf Club captain Michael Karenga was quick to note such tournaments play a crucial role in nurturing upcoming talents. The tournament attracted over 60 junior and senior amateur golfers.
We are here today, I would say, to show support for the players who are playing today, and at the same time to show you that we are here to support those who are willing to go to the next level of sport. As I said, if Karanga makes it to the next level, even to represent, for example, the country, Betika is there to offer support in any form possible.
Lionel Messi scored a brace as Inter Miami advanced to the quarter-finals of the League Cup with a 5-3 penalty shootout win over FC Dallas in Frisco, Texas. The match ended 4-4 in the regulation time.
Leaving it for Jordi Alba.
Messi opened the scoring for Inter Miami in the 6th minute. Facundo Guinho equalized in the 37th minute before Bernardo Camugo gave FC Dallas the lead in the 45th minute. Dallas gave away an own goal in the 80th minute before Messi's free kick in the 85th minute, which leveled the score to send the match into penalty shootout. The 7-time Ballon d'Or winner has scored in all 4 matches for Inter Miami with 7 goals in total.
Miami up 1-0 in this penalty shootout.
Well, that brings us to the end of our bulletin this afternoon. Thank you so much for choosing Lunchtime News. For more news, check out our website at kbc.co.ke. My name is Jackie Wambiru. Sign language interpreter is Lucy Maura. Enjoy your afternoon.